Welcome back to the gift that keeps on giving. It's your boy Ruck. Once again, this is another edition of the Weather Report. Today we're going to talk about the AFC at the halfway mark of the NFL season. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Right now, you got the Texans, the Steelers, the Chiefs, Bills, and Patriots as your division leaders right now. The Chiefs are tied with the Chargers. The Bills are tied with the Patriots. I have the Texans, Steelers, Patriots, Chargers winning the division. I am still believing in the San Diego Chargers even after the gaffe that was Monday Night Football. I think they'll rebound. I think they have more talent than anybody in that division. I think they're the better team in that division. I'm not sold on Oakland or Kansas City, regardless of what happened on Monday night. I think the Texans are going to end up going 12-4. I think the Steelers will end up going 14-2. They have a very easy schedule. If you don't believe me, go ahead and take a look at it. Especially if they get by Baltimore this Sunday. I think the Chargers are going to end up 11-5. I got the Patriots winning the division at 12-4. However, I got the Bills and not the New York Jets going to the playoffs as a wild card team. I also have the Ravens as the other wild card team going 12-4 with the Bills going 10-6. A little bit of a deviation from what I predicted at the beginning of the season. However, I'm a believer in Ryan Fitzpatrick and the Buffalo Bills right now, so I'm going to ride that train and see what happens. A lot of people have asked me what I thought about the Raiders picking up Carson Palmer. Look, I'm not sold. Okay, the man had better receivers in Cincinnati before he was traded, and these were his numbers: 62% passing, 3,970 yards passing, 248 yards a game, 26 touchdowns. Sounds like pretty good numbers until you get to the 20 interceptions and being sacked 26 times. For every touchdown he threw, the man gave up. He was sacked. He had T.O. and Chad Ochocinco. I just don't. I'm not sold on him being a good quarterback anymore. I think that knee injury he suffered in that playoff game severely hindered his development. I think he plateaued at that point, and I haven't seen anything from him that leads me to believe that he's going to lead Oakland to the promised land. That trade is going to end up to be a bad trade for Oakland because they're not going to make the playoffs this year or next year, I don't think. And they gave up 2 first-round picks for Carson Palmer. I think it's a bad trade. Al Davis would have loved it, sure, but still end up being a bad trade. At the beginning of the season, I was wrong about a couple of teams, as it turns out. I was off about the Buffalo Bills. But I did tell you that they have a lot of offensive firepower. They're going to be a good team to be reckoned with. I thought they were a year away. Now I'm predicting they're going to make the playoffs this year. So I was off, but I was also right about them. Go figure. I was also wrong about the Cincinnati Bengals. I thought they were going to be the worst team in the NFL. Right now they're 5-2. Andy Dalton, A.J. Green, Marvin Lewis. I don't know what magic potion they have found up there in Cincinnati, but they're making it work. I still think they're going to end up 8-8. Just looking at their record, they have a lot of division games left, and that division is no joke. You got Pittsburgh, you got Baltimore in that division. Even Cleveland is not an easy out. So Cincinnati, great job so far. I think they'll end up 500, but I was still wrong about them. They're not going to be the worst team in the NFL. And the Indianapolis Colts, horribly off about them. I didn't think Peyton Manning was going to miss the entire season. I didn't pick them to win the division. I was under the assumption that Peyton was going to miss maybe the first 2 or 3 games. And I still didn't think they had enough to win the division. But this is just pathetic. That outing against the New Orleans Saints was rock bottom, we hope. 62-7, that's pathetic. You expect more out of a team with that much talent. It just goes to show you, in my opinion, that maybe the head coach, was Peyton Manning and not, anybody else. 2 teams I was right about. Once again, I told you I was right about Buffalo, even though I was wrong. And the Houston Texans. I thought they were going to win the division regardless of the health of Peyton Manning. Turns out that they are probably going to end up doing that. Right now, they're 5-3. Their record is very favorable down the stretch. Have them going 11-5, even 12-4. First time as a franchise that they'll be in the playoffs. The MVP of the AFC at the halfway point of the season, I have Roethlisberger, Big Ben, 14 touchdowns, 7 interceptions for over 2,300 yards. Honorable mention to Ryan Fitzpatrick. and Peyton Manning, because if you can have that much power and authority over a team to where if you're out and your team can't even muster one win at the halfway mark at point of the season, you deserve MVP votes, in my opinion. So Peyton Manning, honorable mention. The coach of the year so far for the AFC, Chan Gailey up in Buffalo. Right now he has them 5-2. Out of nowhere, like I said, I thought they were going to be 7-9, 8-8. But right now he has them leading the division, which I don't think anybody saw except for the diehard Buffalo fans. Like I said earlier, I think they're going to be in the playoffs. Great job by Chan Gailey and his staff so far. Rookie of the year in the AFC, Andy Dalton, Cincinnati Bengal. Like I said earlier, 5-2, 9 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, over 1,400 yards. He's looked like a rookie on some occasions, but for the most part, he's played well. He's kept his team in every game. And that's all you can ask for out of a rookie quarterback. The biggest disappointment in the AFC, of course, the Indianapolis Colts. We've already discussed them. Like I said before, I think that's utterly pathetic, the effort that they've put in so far this season. One can only hope that they decide to give their fans something to look, to cheer for, and maybe win 1 or 2 games and stop trying so hard to get Andrew Luck, who might not even be the real deal. But that's a topic for another Weather Report. And that's all I have for you today. LSU wins tonight, by the way. I think they beat Alabama. The tie stops here. But other than that, hit me up on Facebook. You got me on Twitter. You got the website. Support me. You support me, I'll support you. And one of these days, we're going to make it. I promise you. And I'm out.